Farron in the co-host chair. We have Judge Richard Boner talking about working for Jim Crockett Promotions. We have a few more minutes with Jerry Gray, who's going to talk about his various times going to Japan while the UWF was really the hot thing in New Japan. Maeda, Takada, Fujiwara, really interesting stuff there. And then in the main event, Dr. D. David Schultz makes his debut, the first of a multi-part interview.
I'm so jealous.
Podcast.
I'm so jealous. I haven't talked to David Schultz personally in 38 years. Because that's the last run that when he was teaming with Dennis Condrey when he was here in Memphis, and then he left the territory and then was out of the business before I was ever in the same place again. But and you're going to set something up for me because you and Cosper, who co-wrote Dr. D's new book, you're going to bring us back together. You're going to unite us after you get finished.
My goal is at the end of my multi-part interview, I'll have Dr. D so worked up about this Jim Cornette character that I won't have to set anything up. The bounty hunter in him will just be set free.
Well, maybe on second thought, I might not have. All right. No, hey, David Schultz is one guy in the wrestling business that you didn't have to worry about knowing where you stood. And if he didn't like you, you might not be standing. So all that and more this week, right?
All that and more, 605pod.com, or look for the 605 Super Podcast wherever you find your favorite wrestling podcast, facebook.com/Super Podcast. The Mothership!
I usually find my favorite podcasts where there's the most light. It's easier to look for them there. All right, I got an email from Case, K-A-C-E. And no last name, and maybe there's a reason for that. But we talked here not long ago about mud show wrestling. What is a mud show?
Right.
Because people had heard me say some fucking mud show somewhere, and a mud show is some outlaw, independent, low budget, just bullshit show, and not even a low budget, good professional show. And there have been those, but a low budget, just a fucking bullshit show. That's a mud show, right? So, Case. And this is kind of a longer email because he talks about the first wrestling show he ever saw was kind of an early mud show, etc. But he thought about what kind of characters that he might be seeing pop up at one of these mud shows and eventually on YouTube. Because, see, now that's, as I mentioned, that's the problem. It's not just you're just killing the business and jacking off and assing off in front of, 50 people in a fucking library somewhere or a Walmart. Because of YouTube now, everybody can see it. So you can't do bullshit wrestling without everybody seeing it and hurting the business, even though that's what everybody does. They do bullshit wrestling. Everybody sees it and hurts business. So anyway, because he wants these characters to pop up at Mud Show Championship Wrestling on YouTube, or possibly any of the actually existing promotions, because they do this. A female wrestler from Germany named Bubble von Pop. She claims to be so German, but speaks with no German accent since that's like all hard and stuff. And she's an airhead who gets by on her looks. The Invisible Ninja. Hailing from Japan, Invisible Ninja is just that, invisible. No one assumes the role of ninja, and the audience is treated to a wrestler in the ring competing against what appears to be thin air. Of course, this is a variation on the old Invisible Man theory. When you wanted to make sure that the town would never host wrestling again, and you had a grudge against the promoter, you might work with the Invisible Man. Well, anyway, the Invisible Ninja puts his opponents at an obvious disadvantage because the only way to know when the ninja is going for a pin is when the wrestler, while lying down, lifts up one of his legs to indicate the ninja is hooking the leg. And Ninja arrives at Mud Show Championship Wrestling with an impressive resume from the Orient, including a victory over Kenny Omega. Then there's Joseph Boring, a white guy with black trunks, boots, knee pads, and shoulder pads, complete with short brown hair, combed to the side. Joseph Boring lives up to his name by using extended headlocks, chin locks, and bear hugs, eventually inspiring the fans to yell boring, which Joseph takes as the fans digging what he does and goes slower. But meet the owner, promoter, booker, and main eventing world heavyweight champion of Mud Show Championship Wrestling, Russo Mansfield. Mansfield is quick to point out to anyone who will listen that all of this is just entertainment, but usually that entertainment will involve Russo going over in every main event. He's the first in-ring talent to score a win over the elusive Invisible Ninja, and has been world heavyweight champion since declaring himself as such at the start of the promotion. His abilities range from temporary hypnosis to invisible grenade atomic drops, which he no-sells because he's too hardcore. In his prime, Mansfield had enough ability to do jobs on TV for major promotions, which segued to him starting his own major league so he could show that all of those one-sided losses on TV to real talent were just flukes. And when people get mad at him for winning all the time, he gleefully reminds them it's all fake anyway. Now this this is the kind of shit that the boys, all of us, me and the Midnight Express have done it. All the boys used to do in the car, especially on the way back from the show when somebody was drinking. Come up with stupid gimmicks and funny ideas and shit that you ought to do, right? And you get a laugh out of it, and then you get home and you go to bed and you sleep it off and you get up the next day and you go on about your business. Because we all knew that there was no way that if we ever tried to do any of this shit, we would be fired first. We would be beaten up by the other people in the locker room. There's no way that this could ever, any actually of it ever take place, which is what made it funny to us, right? But this, when you think about it, is that really that far from an actual show, what I just read? Is that far, Brian, from an actual show that is presented as professional wrestling in some places these days?
I guess. I don't know.
Let me answer that. Because I've got evidence of a show recently.
Recently?
As in February 17th, that was presented as professional wrestling. You tell me which is stupider. What this fucking fan just made up as a joke, or what these blithering dipshits actually presented as a pro wrestling show. And it's February 17th in Philadelphia. Why not? Chikara I didn't even know they were still doing this. It's a bunch of guys. Well, they ran National Pro Wrestling Day. So maybe that's the one day of the year they come back like, you know, it's like the goddamn, the Purge or whatever, where one day a year. Are fucked. But anyway,
National Pro Wrestling Day. How come no one told me about that?
Well, because when they started it 5 years ago, Ring of Honor even sent a match because it was like 12 or 13 independent promotions sending a match to support pro wrestling or whatever. And Delirious, likes the Chikara folks, and I like Delirious, so we sent a match, but it was like 12 or 13 promotions. Now, I don't know what the fuck this is 5 years later, but the point is, for those of you who don't know, and I met some of the guys, and they're very nice guys, but it's a bunch of guys that don't look like much, and physically or charismatically or whatever, that dressed up like lucha guys and had funny names. That's where you need to know. It's pretty much where we're at. This was a show presented in Philadelphia, February 17th by Chikara. World Grand Prix qualifying match. Cornelius Crummels and Sonny Defarge defeated the Beach Bums, TJ Crawford and Freddie Flamingo IV. This match included a game of limbo using Crummels as the bar. Defarge cheated and had his partner suplex him for his trouble. I don't know what the fuck that a lot of this stuff is even talking about. They're talking about people named Travis Huckabee and whatever. Oh, Rory Gulak defeats Travis Huckabee. Now, boy, Travis Huckabee, there's a name that'll pass the name test that I've talked about. Why you say to Vince, will it pass your name test for the World Wrestling Federation Championship? WrestleMania. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Travis Huckabee. Right? Okay. Next match, Officer Warren Barksdale defeated Clothesline Curtis, who was a guy in a mask. Ursa Minor in the Sky defeated the Proletariat War of Moldovia.
Where's Bubble Von Pop when you need her?
Well, it's coming up in the next match. Here's another World Grand Prix qualifying match for the tag tournament. I thought at first it was Janelope, but I guess it's Janelope because it's a girl and a guy. Penelope Ford and this Joey Janela idiot that fucking does all the goofy shit where he throws himself through broken glass and doesn't, I don't know what the fuck. He's some goddamn apparently brain damaged kid from the Northeast that just does this because it's fun. And I guess they name shit after him when they run the shows because the people like him because he does stupid shit. So a guy and a girl beat Cyberhawks 2000, who are Silverhawk and Razorhawk. So a girl and a guy beat two guys. Ophidian defeated Frightmare in a submission match. The Creatures of the Deep, who are Oceana, Murloc, Cajun Crawdad, and Hermit Crab, defeated the Throwbacks, Hype Rockwell, and Fire Ant. In the Young Lions Cup match, I know we've been anxious to find out what's going to happen here. The Whisper with Snow Troll defeated Tony Deppen. Then the I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what the fuck. The Whisper won with a new finisher, which looked like a Vertebreaker Death Valley Driver hybrid.
Of course.
So that'll put butts in seats. The Closers defeated Los Ice Creams in 2 straight falls, and for the Jakara Grand Championship, Oleg the Usurper defeated Juan Francisco de Coronado by disqualification. I'm sorry. Is it any wonder why that everyone laughs and scoffs at anybody who tries to present serious wrestling now when they get shit? And this is just one show I've talked about. If you just read up and down the names of the people on any card and tell me that these guys, they're not even serious about they know they're never going anywhere. They just want to get in the ring and play wrestler. I have people email me all the time. I'm going to wrestling school starting next week, and I've already got ideas for my gimmick. So but the stuff that the people make up and send to me as comedy is not as stupid as the shit they really put out in front of people. Fuck all of you fucking motherfuckers. How's that?
It used to be that when people would come up to you like 25 years ago, 30 years ago, and they would say, "You like that wrestling stuff?" You would kind of put your head down a little bit and be like, "Well, I like it. I enjoy it. I consider it great." However you would defend yourself, you would try. Now, when people come up to you and go, "Do you really like that wrestling stuff?" The answer is, well, not the current stuff. I like the old stuff, the way it used to be. That's become acceptable.
Because before, the only reason that they had for you not liking it, don't you know it's fake? Because the people that couldn't get over whether it was predetermined or not, and even then some of them, you'd hook them with the right people. That was the only reason. It wasn't like, well, it's silly or stupid or they grab each other's dicks or nobody ever said who could ever believe that shit. Like when they're throwing each other around with the fucking hand grenades or whatever. The only thing that now that they can't scoff at you about it, well, don't you know it's fake? Because everybody knows it's fake now. For fuck's sake. And it's so obvious it's fake, and it's so obvious it's silly. That's why nobody's drawing any fucking money. And once again, everybody under 30 is going to go, "Oh, well, goddamn, Ring of Honor is now averaging 1,200 people per show. Fuck, Jonesboro, Arkansas averaged 1,200 people every Saturday night. 30 years. That's not an impressive number. I'm not impressed by Vince's numbers. I'm not impressed by anybody's numbers because I've seen lots bigger numbers. And not for a long fucking time. For fuck's sake. This is not a thriving business. This is a wonderful niche market now because of jackoffs like that get in the ring and play around, and because of the people who present it as being silly, stupid fodder for people to fucking be, laugh at. That's why the big company draws 6,000 or 8,000 or 10,000 for TV tapings, and maybe, and nobody else gets within a fucking mile of that. Good Lord. But let's cheer up now, because see, I said I had a lot of venting to do, but we're going to cheer also in between, because I've got email number 2 right here. Raven, and I don't know whether that's a real name or an assumed name, but Raven says, "Hello, I'm a newer fan of your podcast from Chicago and have questions concerning police in the territory days. You've said numerous times that police had to escort heels out of the arena for their protection. Were the police smart on heels and wrestling? If so, how did you keep police from blabbing?" Well, that's multi-part answers, because it depended where you were and what town you were in, what promotion you were in. I guess it's weird now to think about this because people don't understand that we were in the same buildings, every week